welcome to Katrina's Creations. I have a couple of finished objects this week that I hadn't started last week, so yeah, let's get started. Okay, this was last week's little creation, the little, what's he called? Happy Monster? I forget what he's called. I forget the name of this guy. It's the little happiness monster, something like that. I'll put it down here when I remember what it is. I still haven't put his little mouth on. Now last week I was having problems with the joins here. They didn't look real good. And a thank you to Beverly Simmons, who actually said, you know, if you can't get the arms right, you could put like a little scarf or something around and just kind of hang it so it falls over top of the arms. I was able to attach them so they don't look too bad now. They look much better than they did. So there you can see him. So that being done, I decided to try a little girl monster. And here she is in bright pink. Now again, I need to put a little mouth on her too. Each of these took almost a day. I probably spent about 5 hours making them. That's not cost effective for something this little for a craft fair. So these are the only two that I am going to make because yeah, just not worth the time that it took to do it. But they were fun to make, so yeah, we'll see what happens from there. But I did work on, now this is for me, but I have enough of this yarn left that I can make another one, and if they go over well, I can make some more. Okay, this is a sun hat, and I put this little, it's just like some loose ends, and I cut them and just tied them through the loops here. I was going to make a bow, but it just looked too tangled. I wasn't real happy with how it looked. So let me put this on so you can see what it looks like. So there it is, little sun hat. My hair is totally messed up now. The yarn I used is actually a discontinued yarn from Lion Brand. It's called Fast Track. And Fast Track is a ribbon yarn. Here's what's left of the skein. As you can see, it's a ribbon yarn. It's 100%, it's not cotton. What is it? Is it nylon? It's 149 yards or 136 meters. It is a 6 weight. It is 60% cotton and 40% polyester. So it's perfect for a summertime hat. And like I said, I have enough that I can make a second one. And then I doubt that I'll have another one of these left over. So I might actually have enough to make like a child-size third one. So I'm going to make those. If they go over well, then I could make some in some bulky acrylic yarns or wool yarns for winter time. So we'll see about that. We'll see how it goes. But yeah, I'm happy with how it turned out. And it was pretty quick to make because of it being bulky. It's only, I think, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. It's only 12 rows, so it does go pretty quick. I did not use a pattern for this. I kind of just went on my own and just kept figuring out what I wanted to do at that point. So I didn't use a pattern. I just kind of went with it. It's all double crochet. So now for my works in progress. I have 2 going on right now. Now the first one is my shawl that I'm making from the yarn Yoka sent me. I have gotten so far with this week because Dave was having surgery, and by the way, thank you for all of you who prayed for him and sent, you know, get well wishes and everything. He's doing great. He's back home. He's actually in the other room, in the living room, but he's doing really well. But because I was sitting in the hospital for a while, because we had to get there on Tuesday at 6 a.m. and I didn't leave there till 5 in the evening, and then I was up there for about 4 hours the next day before I was able to take him home. I had a lot of knitting time. Plus I spent a little time at home doing it. I actually completed 17. Last week I was on 16. I finished 16, which was this yellow, and I went all the way through. I am now in 23, and it's a darker color. It is a darker color, so the black doesn't show up as well in it. But yeah, so I am in number 23. So the center color will be coming up next, and that will be 24. And I am going to do some kind of a design with that, I think, rather than just the straight garter stitch. Now something else I did, if you look at the edge, I was increasing every other row. So, you know, because you're like your black, you do an increase, you go all the way across, and then you come back, and then I would change to the colored yarn, and I would do an increase and go all the way down and come back. So it was every other row, so every single color got an increase, and you can see along the edge here, this little fine edge is what is created. So you can see the increases all along the edge here where these little holes are. That is the yarn over. So what I did for the original yarn overs, I would knit one yarn over and then knit across. But once I got to color number 18, I started realizing that this this shawl was going to be very long. So I started backing off and only doing increases on the rows that have the black yarn. So I still wanted to have the little holes show up so that it still looked uniform. So what I am doing is on the black rows, I'm still going knit one, yarn over, and then knitting across. On the colored yarns, I am doing knit one, yarn over, and then knit two together. That way my stitch count stays the same, and my shawl is actually starting. See if I can hold this up so you can see it. It's starting to curl a little bit. You can see it's rounding. So my goal is to have it kind of round out at the bottom, not come to an actual point. So it was going steeper, now it's starting to curve like this, and then it'll do the same by decreasing stitches going back on the other side of the shawl. I hope that makes sense. So anyway, that is project number 1. The other one is a new project. This is for my daughter-in-law, and originally I was going to do the chamisol sweater by Lena Sfagerson, and then I saw this. It was in my patterns. It's designed by the Barocco design team. It's called Curtis Island. And it's funny because the Curtis Island that I know of is in Maine. It is actually in the harbor of Camden. So, and there's a lighthouse on it. That's especially why I know it, because you know me, I like lighthouses. So here is what the sweater looks like. It's very simple, but it has this lacy texture right here and on the sleeves. The neckline is just a raglan neckline, and it has raglan sleeves. It's a rolled neckline. So let me show you a little bit closer view. And it has this nice little button back right here. This is a free pattern. So this is the one I'm making for my daughter-in-law. Trying to see if it has an up close of the lace. It is a, yeah, here's what it looks like. There you can see it. And now I'll show you what mine looks like. It is from the bottom up, so you start with that lacy edge. And there it is. It kind of looks like a little tulip to me, because it looks like the little flower right here and the stem and the leaves. I don't know if that's what it's supposed to look like, but that's what I think it looks like. So yeah, I am making the medium size, and the yarn I am using is Lion Brand Ice Cream, and the color is called Pistachio. So that's the yarn I'm using for her sweater, and they're coming in the middle of July, so that's why I decided I need to get moving on it. So those are my works in progress. What have you been working on this week? Now, what am I reading? I finished the Murder, She Wrote, Debonair in Death. It was really good. Trying to think if I figured it out toward the end. I had a suspicion, and I was right at the very end. Yeah, so I did figure it out. Sorta. Like I said, I hadn't totally figured everything out, but I had a very good idea, an inkling of who had done it, and it turned out to be right. So now what am I reading? I am reading, this is by Jane Cleland. It is called Jane Austen's Lost Letters. Now, I've followed this series like from the beginning. Jane Cleland is she was an antiques dealer at one time, and the book, it's not yarn related at all. It's the Josie Prescott Antiques Mystery Series. So there you can see it right there. And all of her series have to do with different antiques that come into the shop or people that are involved with these antiques. And they're always interesting because a lot of times, not always, but a lot of times she'll give little tips about different antiques while I mean, you learn something while you're reading it. So you'll learn about the, different things about Jane Austen apparently in this one. But the character Josie Prescott owns an antiques shop along the New Hampshire coast. And so a lot of the mysteries have to do with things that she's asked to check into or things that she has in her shop, So they're always good. They're a cozy mystery, which means, somebody gets murdered without all the blood and guts and explicit details. So yeah, I enjoy these. And so I'm looking forward to getting started on this one. So that is what I am reading. Now we have we have an upcoming video this week because I am back to doing Wednesday videos, and we have a Knit Crate unboxing. So yes, there's also a Lion Brand unboxing in the near future too. But For this week, there's going to be April's Knit Crate unboxing, so make sure you stay tuned on Wednesday to see that and to see what I got. It's nice. So, now in our Come and Get It section this week, I don't have any specific sales to tell you about because they've been happening and popping up all week long. We had some Lovecraft sales, we had a couple of Lion Brand sales, we had an Annie sale, and a Knit Pick sale all last week. So I will let you know as they happen, but if you want to check for yourself, you can go through the links that are down below in the description box and check out over there. We also have Mary Maxim now and Jimmy Bean's wools. So those are some new ones that are down there. You can always check them out. I check out the clearance because I'm cheap. But anyway, yeah, that's just how I shop. I hit the clearance section and I look at the lowest prices first. Yeah, because who wants to pay more than you have to? Anyway, yeah. So that is it for this week. Thank you so much for watching. If you have not already, please click that little red subscribe button down below. And if you click the bell-shaped icon next to it and then click all, that will give you notifications anytime I post a video. We have had some new viewers. Thank you so much for joining our crafty bunch. And if you have been with me for a long time, thank you for sticking with me. I really do appreciate it. And I will see you later this week. Bye, everybody.